Do you want to jump into Dutch culture and explore the Netherlands? Bikes are a popular way of getting around, and for good reason. With the extensive bike paths, it's a convenient and cheap method for getting around. Hi, I'm Jade Jones and I run JONESIN for Taste. My family and I moved to the Netherlands in 2019. You can learn more about that here. So in theory, bikes have the right of way in the Netherlands. However, you still need to be observant to the traffic around you and use caution when crossing the streets or navigating intersections without traffic lights. Soon after we moved here, I was taking my kids to school, and on the way home, I was stopped at the tram stop when I was watching a woman who was trying to cross a very busy street. She ended up getting hit by a very large construction truck and dragged down the street while we in abject horror watched on. So that was a really good lesson to me to use still extreme caution, especially when in the busy downtown areas. Riding downtown is definitely more intimidating than riding in the outer city and more residential areas, and you need to exercise a lot more caution. If you aren't used to riding a bike, be prepared to be passed up by like everyone. Omas and opas, grandmas and grandpas, pregnant women, moms driving bakfiets, and kids balancing friends on the racks on either the front or back of their bikes. You'll feel pathetic, just accept it. About 6 months after we moved here, I was coming back from dropping my kids off at a summer camp, and I went to go jump a curb to get onto a bike lane. I didn't make it. Instead of jumping the curb, I hit a sand patch. My shoe went flying off. The back of my pants got stuck on the handlebar, and I ended up doing like a 180 and on the ground, facing the direction or the opposite direction from which I'd been going. To make it more embarrassing, somebody saw, and as this woman rode up, she rode up with this like look on her face of like, "You are special," and and she just rode up and she was like, "Alles goed," and I was like, "Yeah, alles goed," and then I shuffled over to go put my shoe back on and then ride home. Bikes are really safe to ride in the Netherlands, and here's a reason why. I'll show you an intersection. So I thought I would show off behind me. You can see this is a major crossing, so you can see there's a bike path right here, there's a walking path, and then for the cars. So the bike paths are all red, and that's how you know where everybody's supposed to go. Everybody has their own little signal, which you can see. Hold on. So you can see right here, here's for the people, there's for the bikes, and then the cars are over there. I think that's part of the reason why it's so safe to bike here. It's just because they have things set up so well. So you can see the bike path right next to me. So even with such distinct pathways for bikes, cars, and pedestrians, that doesn't always mean people stay in their lane, literally. My daughter and I were riding to go take her to a music class. She was riding her bike right in front of me, and this old man stepped off of a busy walking path into the busy bike path, and she had to like slam on her brakes, and I was shouting at the man because there were multiple people behind me, and he was completely oblivious to what was going on. Thankfully, she did not hit him because that would have been really sad. But again, like, you have to be really aware of what's going on around you, especially because people bike really fast and pedestrians aren't always paying attention, especially with kids around, and you don't want to cause an accident. Despite accidents happening occasionally, it really is so safe to bike here. Most people don't wear bike helmets, which is an interesting thing coming from the United States where helmets are so emphasized. But it is so nice to be able to bike places that we would love to go to. It's certainly much faster than taking transit or walking. And it takes only a little bit of practice to become more confident in riding. A great bonus for me was it's a natural opportunity to work out. I have 4 kids, and we moved here not too long after the youngest one was born, and so it was a nice opportunity for me to squeeze in some exercise and help me improve my post-baby body. Even if you are new to the Netherlands and not super confident on a bike, get on a bike, start practicing, ride around a neighborhood, ride around a park, and get used to it. Be brave and participate in this aspect of Dutch culture. Make sure to check out some of my other videos about expat life. Happy adventuring!